After burning for 50 years, the eternal flame of Amar Jawan Jyoti at the India Gate lawns will be extinguished forever. The torch will now be merged with the National War Memorial's torch at a program today, days ahead of the Republic Day. The ceremony, scheduled to begin at 3:30 p.m., will be presided over by the Integrated Defence Staff Chief, Air Marshal Balbhadra Radhakrishna, officials said. Sources said the decision was taken after it was found that the upkeep of two flames is becoming increasingly difficult. Moving on to the next news, in a significant verdict, the Supreme Court on Thursday said the daughters of a male Hindu dying without a will would be entitled to inherit the self-acquired and other properties obtained in the partition by the father and get preference over other collateral members of the family. The judgment, which came on an appeal against the Madras High Court verdict, dealt with property rights of Hindu women and widows under the Hindu Succession Act. If a property of a male Hindu dying intestate without a will is a self-acquired property or obtained in the partition of a family property, the same would devolve by inheritance and not by survivorship, and a daughter of such a male Hindu would be entitled to inherit such property in preference to other collaterals, a bench of justices S. Abdul Nazir and Krishna Murari said. Moving on to the next news, merit cannot be reduced to narrow definitions of performance in an open competitive examination which only provides formal equality of opportunity, the Supreme Court said yesterday as it upheld 27% other backward classes reservations in All India quota seats in the NEET for UG and PG medical courses, justifying allowing quota for economically weaker sections EWS on existing quota for the current academic year. The bench said, "We are still in the midst of the pandemic and any delay in the recruitment of doctors would impact the ability to manage the pandemic. Hence, it is necessary to avoid any further delays in the admission process and allow counseling to begin immediately." Moving on to the next news, the COVID-19 surge continues to sweep across India, driven by the Omicron variant. India reported 3,17,532 new COVID-19 cases, the highest in 249 days, while the tally of Omicron infections surged to 9,287. Meanwhile, the center said deaths are significantly less in the third wave of COVID-19 pandemic in comparison to the second wave, and the current surge is not witnessing increase in severe illness or death following high vaccination uptake. Elsewhere, several countries, including Spain and the UK, are coming to terms with the fact that COVID-19 is here to stay and devising strategies to declare the virus endemic. Moving on to the next news, in order to woo youths ahead of assembly election in Uttar Pradesh, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will release a Youth Manifesto that will talk about the party's plans to address unemployment, improve education, and about other schemes for the youngsters. This comes after the Grand Old Party released a Women Manifesto focusing on the issues and opportunities for women in the state. Congress on Thursday released the second list for UP of 41 candidates, including 16 women. The party has announced to give 40% of seats to women candidates in the state. The youth has been denied opportunities, and during the pandemic, many have lost jobs, but the government has no plans to revive employment. The manifesto will talk about things that can be done to address, like unemployment allowance and unemployment guarantee, said party sources. The party is also expected to launch a campaign focusing on the key promises.